in biochemistry, so some people call me Dr. Burd. I'm not a medical doctor. It's a Ph.D. in biochemistry from the University of Wisconsin. I got that back in the mid-70s. My work experience has been developing medical testing products primarily for people in the laboratory, in the doctor's office, and at home. I've worked on like pregnancy tests and ovulation tests and stuff like that for home use, as well as glucose tests for people with diabetes at home. And my bright spot in my career was I started a company called Dexcom, DEXCOM, and they're the world leader in continuous glucose monitors. And that is a little patch you wear on your arm, and it transmits your glucose levels continuously to your cell phone. So you no longer have to prick your fingers. I started the company in 2000. It's a huge success. There's 2 million people on the planet using that product to help them better manage their diabetes. Well, I've had a long-standing interest in diabetes. I was named after an uncle who actually died of complications of the disease, which is a terrible disease. It's like there's so many complications with your eyes and your nerve endings and your kidneys and amputations. It's just got so many complications. And in 2017, a colleague wrote me an email, said, "Why don't you work on something important like glucose toxicity?" Well, I had never heard that term before. I, like you, probably think that we need glucose for the energy that we expend every day. It's an energy source. Well, that's the good news. The bad news is that it's toxic. It's a reactive chemical. It reacts with all the proteins in your eyes and your nerve endings and your blood vessels and your kidneys. And when that happens, that's called glycation. And when you glycate a protein, it no longer functions properly. And that's what results in all these complications in all of your organ systems. So I thought, as a biochemist, I thought, well, how can I stop that reaction from happening? And the answer came to be Lysulin. Is a nutritional supplement for people with diabetes and prediabetes. And that's the last time I'll mention diabetes, because the FDA sent us a warning letter last September that said, well, you can't sell that. You're making drug claims. And so we've taken diabetes and prediabetes off the label. We now say Lysulin is a nutritional supplement that helps promote healthy blood sugar levels, healthy A1C, and healthy insulin function. So that's the way I'll tell the story from now on. I thought of the idea in 2017. I contacted a contract manufacturer. He made it for me. I filed some patents. I now have 7 patents on the formulation, and we launched it in 2018. And when I launched it, I really didn't know how well it was going to work. It was all based on literature work that I did. I would publish papers about the 3 ingredients: lysine, zinc, and vitamin C. And I've just been thrilled with how well it performs. People that use the product see their blood sugars and their A1C improve in as little as 1 month. It doesn't happen immediately. It's not insulin. It doesn't lower your blood sugars immediately. You have to use it for a month to see the effect. And we have it now available as capsules, chewable tablets, a once-a-day powder, and a liquid. And we also launched a weight loss shake, but we're taking that off the market until we get this clear with the FDA, because that seems to be holding up the show there. So we're just going to tell them we're going to take it off and stop selling it until we get that resolved.
Well, let's talk about the Lysulin, because the sample I got from you, I love the taste.
And that's
So
the
I have been drinking. I drink mine once a day, as it says, and I'm really, really happy with it. It tastes really good. And I normally wouldn't drink things like, it's always this weird taste, but it tastes delicious. Sometimes I want to take 2, but I know that the box says once a day, so I control myself.
Actually, you don't have to have diabetes to
Right.
take the product. I said I wouldn't mention diabetes anymore, but you don't, people without diabetes can take it, and, hopefully they'll never get diabetes. And what your product you're talking about is
Yes.
our little powder,
Right.
which I was giving samples away when we
Correct.
So,
And the reason I love it because, as you said, it has the lysine, which keeps your immune system going well. It has the zinc, which is great, and it has vitamin C. You can't lose with that. So, I want to ask you when you go on the internet and people, as you said, they send the FDA, send the warning letter, and people have all these misconceptions. Well, I don't know. Is this some kind of a scam? Well, you're having you're having lysine, you have the zinc, you have vitamin C. All that's good for your body. So how could it not help you? So how do you respond to when people say that to you?
I respond by saying we have published clinical studies that prove that it works. And when people try Lysulin, 70% will see a benefit in a month. For some reason, it doesn't work for 30%. So those people will not be satisfied. But you look at prescription drugs and they only work 30% or 40 or 50% of the time. So it works better than that percentage. So anyway, it's true. A lot of people are not going to be happy, but that's just the nature of life. So,
Yeah.
but when it works great. So
Well,
I hope people will give it a try.
well, I have been loving it, and I cannot tell you. I mean, I plan on ordering some more because I'm not going to live without this. This will be part of my staple going forward. So I
That's
can only
good.
say thank you so much for bringing something out there that, like I said, tastes good. And I enjoy drinking it. It's not a chore. I don't have to choke up and go, oh, what am I drinking? And, hold my breath. I can just drink it. And it's really enjoyable. So I was really surprised by that. So thank you. When you decided you wanted to put it out into market, I know that you care about making people well. What was the most important thing for you in getting this to market so it could really resonate with the audience of the 70% of us who love this product?
Well, the biggest problem is finding new customers and people hearing about it. The big roadblocks are one, insurance doesn't reimburse for supplements and vitamins, so you have to pay out of pocket. But the other big factor is that doctors don't know anything about nutrition. When they go to medical school, they get 1 or 2 hours in 4 years about nutrition. And if you look at that stupid food pyramid that the government put out, it recommends a high carbohydrate, low fat diet. That is a poison diet. It's like upside down. The ideal diet, which you should use if you want to have good health, is a high protein, uh, high fat, low carb diet. That's the best diet. And food is the best medicine. People have known that for 2,000 years. But yet here we are today. If you look around you in the United States, you have a population that is obese, diabetic, hooked on multiple prescription drugs, and still sick. Doctors love to prescribe medicine. And when they do, oh, you have a side effect here. Let me write you another
Oh,
prescription for that
yes,
side
yes,
effect. All they
indeed.
do is treat symptoms, not the cause. And Lysulin is the only product that targets the cause, which is this protein glycation. And it's published. I've got published proof that says that lysine, which is our main ingredient, can stop that reaction from happening and so that eliminates potentially all these potential complications of high blood sugar.
I really love the fact that you are putting the idea of we have to take responsibility for our health and our bodies and how we eat. And you're right, obesity and the way children eat. So, how do we feed America healthy?
Well, the way to do it is to focus on reducing the carbohydrates and the calories in your diet. And if you wonder I wonder if this food uh, good for me or not? There's a thing called the glycemic index, and if you Google that, it will give you a list of the glycemic index, which means if you like eat a teaspoon of sugar, that's got a very high glycemic index. That very quickly turns into glucose in your bloodstream, which is a poison. And if you eat something like spinach, it's got a low glycemic index. And all proteins, pork, beef, chicken, shrimp, fish, those are all great foods, and they have no carbohydrates, and they don't make your blood sugar go up. And that's the kind of foods you eat. And fat doesn't make you fat. Fat is good for you, actually, and it tastes great too.
Yes.
And that's why I like a a diet that's high in protein and high in fat, because actually one of the worst things, the devil's work, is high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
And as you probably know, there's high fructose corn syrup in everything. All your cereals are just, have a ton of it. And the reason they use high fructose corn syrup instead of sugar is because it's cheaper. It's a sweet as sugar, but it's cheaper. But unfortunately, that fructose, which is in high fructose corn syrup, that doesn't. Uh, there's no place to store that in your body. It goes straight into your cells, and it goes straight into fat. Makes
Hmm.
triglycerides, which is fat. So high fructose corn syrup is just terrible, but it's in everything we eat thanks to the food industry.
When are we going to wake up America? When are we going to feed our people healthy food and educate them?
I've written every uh, living president. I've written the Secretary of Human and Health Services, HHS, whatever it is. And I said, if you guys want to make a legacy for yourself, start a war on type 2 diabetes. That is a war that you can win. Just get people off of carbohydrates. And, the reason we had that food pyramid back in the 80s is because of the American farmer. They had all these fields and fields of corn and wheat and rice, potatoes. Then, there was no market for them. So they came up with all these cereal products, and the government said, oh, we'll help you promote that by urging people to eat carbohydrates.
How do we fix this? This is always my battle.
All we can do is what you're doing is to try and educate people by, social networking and stuff. So,
And now let's talk about that Wonder Spray.
sure. Actually, I'll tell you, I've got a bottle of it here. We just relabeled it. It's now called Dr. Bird's Wonder Spray Skin Rescue.
Mm.
And basically, I got interested in Wonder Spray because the active ingredient is HOCl, and that's the HOCl is what your white blood cells use to kill all pathogens. It kills bacteria, virus, yeast, mold, and fungus. And it's actually on the EPA list for killing COVID-19. So it's this really powerful disinfectant, but yet it's totally safe and non-toxic. It's 100 times more powerful than bleach, but it's safe and non-toxic. You can spray it in your eyes, your nose, your throat, as well as anywhere on your skin, and it no problem. It's basically 99% water is the reason. And in addition to all kinds of skin issues, if you've got acne, eczema, psoriasis, and you name a skin problem, Wonder Spray will probably help relieve that problem. I was just reading about this Morgellon disease, which I saw that, what's her name? There was a famous woman singer that had it, and that turned me on to that because it's a skin disease where people have this awful itching on their skin and all that stuff. And Wonder Spray, I'm hoping will help them. So I'm sending some samples to people that have that disease. Joni Mitchell, that was her name.
Mm. No, it's great.
That,
It's a great
that,
spray.
that have that disease, and hopefully that will help them because they just, they're in a living hell with this itchy skin all the time and stuff. And if you have a burn or a sunburn or an itch or a scratch, a dog bite, a bug bite, Wonder Spray will immediately make it feel better. And if you have a sore throat, you just spray it in your throat. Your throat will immediately feel better, and it will kill whatever's trying to make you sick. I'm so proud of that product that I found. And basically, again, I don't make anything. All my products are made for me by manufacturers here in the United States. I've got to be careful about, again, what I say about it because it's for use primarily on the skin. But, and also if you have gingivitis or bad breath, you can use it like a mouthwash, swish it around your mouth. It'll make your breath fresh and it will kill the germs that give you bad breath. So it's amazing.
I testify to that because it is brilliant. It is so good. I had an itch. It was itching and I sprayed it on. And I tell you, it was done. It was complete
Immediately.
immediately. I've sprayed and everything you just said, I cannot live without the Wonder Spray. That's just
And I'll
never
tell you,
gonna happen.
I
I
always say
I
you'll wonder how you got along before
I
you
don't
found out
even know
about it.
how because now I have it in the car and I take it and I'm gonna get some more. Oh, I spray it in my eyes, by the way, too, which is great. So it's like it
It's
really
actually good.
is
It's
the
great. It's
Wonder
great for
Spray.
allergy symptoms. You know, if you have allergies in your eyes, your nose, your throat, it'll help with that, or cough. I mean, it's just amazing. And also, it's a deodorant. So if something smells, it means there's bacteria present. And if you think about your underarm odor, that's because you got bacteria there. And I
Right.
just every morning spritz myself with Wonder Spray under my arms. There's no smell, and I don't sweat. I mean, it's again, the good news is it's great for so many things. The
Mhm.
bad news is it's great for so many things. People can't believe that it's good for
It's
so much.
it's
In fact,
incredible.
we originally called it
Right.
Wonder Spray Multi-Purpose Solution,
Mm.
which talked about, disinfection and skincare. And some people that I wasted a bunch of money on said, "Oh no, you need to make it something specifically for skin." And people that get it for skin don't want to use it for an underarm deodorant, or
It's for
anything else.
everything. I spray it all over my face after I wash my face and clean my face, I spray it on my face and then I do whatever else I need to do with powder or makeup or whatever. But I love the Wonder Spray, and every single person needs to have Wonder Spray. They need one for their bathroom,
I
one in their
couldn't agree with you
bedroom,
more.
one in the kitchen, one to take in your car throughout the
I
day.
think I think I've got one in every place you just mentioned. Plus, if I ever go anywhere, I always have a bottle in my pocket. Says, especially if you're traveling, nothing's worse than getting to your destination and catching a cold. And with Wonder Spray, if you start, man, I'm starting to catch a cold, spray it in your nose and throat, it'll end that right away. So why, I've tried to get travel companies like cruise lines and stuff interested. You can't get their attention. It's
They
impossible.
need it. Well, they need to get it now because this Wonder Spray is really, really brilliant. So tell everybody, where can they find all the products? Do they come to your website? Do they go to Amazon? Like, where can they find it? What stores is it in, if anything, as well? So give us the entire rundown.
Yeah, we don't have any products in stores. We are both products should be available on the company's website, which is www.lysulin, lysulin.com, or Wonder Spray is www.thewonderspray.com. Now, if you go to www.wonderspray.com, that'll take you to another product, which isn't ours. It's a silly butt washer. That's not our product, but thewonderspray.com, or you can go to Amazon or Walmart.com, and the products you hopefully find them there. And tell everybody you know about them too, if you can. That's the only way to spread the word. And I keep hoping that somebody tells somebody, tells somebody, tells somebody. Eventually, I'll have a business that will actually make some money. I mean, right now we're losing money in both companies, which is not making my wife very happy. Well, I'm here to develop, natural products for big healthcare problems without prescriptions. And that's what I'm doing. And I hope that people that see this and that will tell their friends and family about it. And if I can help at all, you can email me at jburd, jburd, at jfburd.com. And you can call me too. I'm at 619-992-2873. And if you want to read about Lysulin, I actually wrote a book about it, which is on Amazon.
Mm.
It's called The Natural Solution to the Diabetes Epidemic, The Discovery of Lysulin.
Nice.
So anyway,
Excellent.
thanks so much for having me.
Thank
And
you. All
I
right.
look
And I
forward
will
to seeing you in the near future.